What is up, artists and art fans? Thank you guys for tuning into the spot where we talk to all your favorite Instagram artists about the trade, the tools, and the tips. And of course, I am your host, Zim Zimma, and you guys are on Chatting with Zim. This is episode 103. Guys, it's I've been a little MIA, just a lot of family things have been going on. Just want to get that out of the way. That way, that's the whole reason why I've been MIA. For all you guys, for all you fans that have been kind of noticing stuff, I've been out of it. But yeah, man, we had some things happen, and yeah, we'll discuss that some other time on some other show. Today, guys, I want to present to you two guests that you guys already seen on in the past. Both great guests and awesome friends of mine. We got the Drawn Con show on board today, so that's what's up. Everybody coming into the room, thank you guys very much for tuning in right quick. I see we got one half of the room in here. We got Mr. ConArtist himself, ConArtist Graphic Designs. You guys could find him at smileheartstudios.com. And of course, we got the other half, Jace Drawn. That's Jace_Drawn. Definitely waiting for him to hop in once we see him. Con, let's get one half of you guys in here while we wait for the other. And while we wait, I want to say what's up to the room, man. You Era, Vinny the Young Wolf in the house, Louis Brown, Thalo Halo. That's what's up, guys. How you guys doing? It's been a crazy week. Sorry about this crazy camera angle here. Go live in the room. Let's go live with Trent. Let's invite the homie back in. Always lots to talk about. What up, what up, what up?
What's going on,
Not much, man, not much. Bunch of crazy shit going on around the world.
Yeah.
Man.
Rockets falling into places and stuff like that. Jason keeps sending me a voice message, but I don't know if I could check it while I'm in this chat with you. So,
Probably not. If you want to go out and check it and then come back in, that's fine. I'll hold it down till then.
Yeah, I don't know if he's having a problem. Let me go see what he's doing real quick. I'll be right back.
So, guys, if you guys don't know, last week, it's not on my IGTV, but I did do a show. The show was Chatting Live. It was the first show I did with hosting with Seven. So Live with Seven, for all you guys that don't know. So make sure you guys are go checking him out. The show is up there. Right after today's show, I'm going to try to upload everything onto the YouTube again. I haven't done it in a while just because there's a lot of shit that's been going on. But that's neither here nor there, right? So let's hope that Jace will come on board and we can have the Drawn Con show. That was one half. If you're not following ConArtist, then you guys are doing yourself a disservice. There we go. And while he's going to check up on the other half, let me go ahead and open up this this thing for the winner. Today we got a. If you guys haven't done it, you guys still have some time. Make sure you guys go back to Monday's post and just comment there. All you got to do is comment, and you guys could win one of the remaining three that we got for the giveaway today. And I'll be doing that live today at the end of the show. So make sure you guys are tuning into that. Here we go. Now we got the other half. I love this. So make sure you guys are tuning into the other show.
Hey, Zam.
What up? Look at you.
How's it going?
Great, man.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
Am I yelling?
A little bit. Like maybe a 3 out of 10.
Okay. I just want to make sure that I was having difficulties with the sound, so I want to make sure you can hear me.
Oh, no, you're good, bro.
Cool.
We could probably hear you whisper.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we could.
Okay. It's on the iPad, so we should be good on video.
Cool, cool. There we go. How you doing, Jace?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. How you doing?
As good can be, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So here's ConArtist.
He's coming in right now. There we are.
I'll be honest with you, Jason. Yeah, you're yellow. So, how's everybody doing, man? Good to see everybody. Zimma, Jason, good to see you too. I love that shark. I love that shark head hanging behind your head there.
That's scary, man.
Yeah, I like it. It's pretty cool
White
piece,
shirt,
I have to say.
Very awesome piece.
Well, Zim, this is the first time that the duo of the Drawn Con show has ever been interviewed.
Yeah, so this is dope. This is why I wanted to do this. I just been thinking about getting more duels going on and more people that do this. And you guys are no different, man. The Drawn Con show, man. I'm pretty sure if people aren't aware, I was telling them at the beginning of the hour that both of you guys, I interview you guys separately. And then now you guys got a fucking hit TV show, and you know
we like to think that.
Yeah, right under Captain Planet.
There you go, right under Captain Planet.
There's Black Velvet Butterfly. Actually, I know Black Velvet. She's a phenomenal artist, dude. We ought to invite her.
Oh yeah. And I see Vinny the Young Wolf is on here. Vinny
D, yes.
But thank you all you guys for tuning in to Daily News.
Brother.
That's your cousin, isn't it?
That's my brother.
That's your brother.
That's the baby in the family.
So he's Daily News and you're Zeman News.
No, nothing like that, man. And then I'm actually the middle. I'm the middle child, and we got one more. But he's not like an artist or anything like that, man. But yeah, man.
Great weekend. Trent, did you go boating yesterday?
No, I didn't go boating.
I'm sorry, bro.
No, I went with my son. It was my middle boy's 17th birthday yesterday, and I took him down to get his first tattoo. And so he got him a tattoo right here, and I actually got to do it. I went up there to the studio with him, and I actually wrote the font, my own personal font, and yeah, so he's got my own personal font wrote across his arm there. It says "Sleep through the static."
You should have told the tattooer. You should have been like, "Give me that gun really quick."
Nah, I don't want to do that. I'm not a tattoo artist. I've given a few, but it's just not my thing, man.
No, that's cool though, man. What else did he end up getting?
He just got that. It just says "Sleep through the static." It's a Jack Johnson song.
Nice.
But he liked it. So what are we going to discuss on this show?
Well, man, first off, I want to give the viewers a brief introduction. Have you guys introduce yourselves, briefly, a couple minutes, and then I want to get into the Drawn Con show, man. How you guys thought of it, how it developed, and because you guys got a lot of cool stuff that you guys do on there. You guys always challenging each other. And that's something that I really don't see anywhere else, which is pretty cool, It's test of skill type of shit. So,
yeah, it's been a thing with me and Jason for a long time that we've always used each other to better our skills. It's never been a real competition. It's just always been like talking smack.
It helps us raise
our game. A little bit of, hey, look what I did. No.
Yeah,
it helps us raise our
What's that, Jason?
Yeah, no, that for sure, man. I totally agree on that, man.
And and the cool thing about it is, like I don't know if Jason got a good piece out of it, but we did that little 10-minute quick fire sketch challenge. We each had 5 sketches and 10 minutes each, right?
Yeah.
And so we popped them off. He timed me, and he gave me something to draw, and I had to draw it within 10 minutes. And if we finished it within so long, it was cool. But we did pretty good. But there was a couple, like Jason gave me. He just fired off something, and he said hobo clown jellyfish, just 3 random words together, and that's something I had to come up with in 10 minutes, you know. And so, and I did the same to him. I was like, all right, you asshole, how about a crocodile playing pool? And I was like, and it can only be 9 ball. You can't even do no 8 ball bullshit. It's got to be 9 ball. And I'm hoping he sticks with that piece and actually keeps the concept going. Because I kept mine going. I ended up working on it later that day.
You inking it. Ooh, it looks good. Yeah, I haven't kept going on any of
We'll see where it goes.
The other night. I've been on other stuff, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to go back to it because it is a alligator playing pool is pretty cool. What was the other one? Yoga pose. That just looks like something from Jim Kata or something. All I needed was a theme.
You're right. Yeah, you had me do a sandwich and a fucking diamond and all kind of dumb shit. And I think at the end of the show, I don't know if anybody out there watching, we actually ended my final challenge to him was to draw a vagina.
Nice.
Yeah, that was fun. Got a little bit of flack for that too.
Well, he tried to chicken out until I was like, all right, you're scared of the vagina, so I'm gonna draw one with you. We'll both draw a JJ.
Oh shit, you guys are crazy.
We did it. You know what? And you know what? Stuff comes out that you wouldn't normally think of. You know what I mean? It's nice to do stuff like that because it opens up your brain. It gives you new ideas.
Yeah, for sure.
Feet.
For sure. And well, let's start from the basics. You know, Jace, where are you located, man? Where's your Cave of Wonders there?
I am in Gun Barrel City, Texas.
And I do believe that is the closest place to a peach smoothie he can get.
Even though I think Sonic stopped making those.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter. You're always going to get hell for the peach smoothie. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Gun Barrel, Texas.
Gun Barrel, Texas. Been here for over 30 years, and there's not a whole lot to do, so you end up drawing. And you know, anytime you got to go to Spencer's, that's when you got to see the cool posters hanging up and shit like that. So couldn't afford those, so I started making my own, and been doing it ever since. And that's pretty much it. I am a right-handed artist. Trent, I'll let him tell you what he is.
Oh, I'm a left-handed fucking genius. I mean, he's a down with righty. We don't. That's one of our playoff each others. We're always dogging on each other, lefties and righties.
We never talked to each other, and we ended up wearing the same color shirt.
Yeah, man.
We'll challenge each other, and we'll end up drawing the same damn thing.
That's dope. You guys are like the fucking double dragons, man.
Yeah, pretty much. One blonde, one brunette.
Yeah, but I'm the blue one.
That's
I want to be that red guy.
And what about you, ConArtist? Where we located at, man?
Right this moment, I'm located out of Russellville, Arkansas. And yes, you heard me right, Russellville.
Wow.
And I've never met a Russell in this whole town. I've been here for 20-something years, and I've never met one single Russell. That's kind of funny.
Holy shit. I've never met a Russell, and I live in Chicago, so there we go. Besides, the only Russell I know is Russell Simmons.
Good man. And see, he tried to get going. We're trying to start something here like he did, except without all the cool.
With all the cool shit going on. Hell yeah.
You know, we just got a bunch of to be honest with you, Zim, we're just a couple of nerds, man, and we always grew up nerds, and I'm nerd strong, and I love it. you know, and we met each other in high school, and I believe high school or junior high.
Let's say 5th grade. I'm not sure on that because it was all of us, and then
we can
me and
say
you were
fifth
the only
grade.
ones that actually kept the whole drawing thing going on.
Oh, dope. Yeah, man. So
Team.
that's badass,
Yeah,
man. I mean, you guys are like longtime friends and shit, and pushing each other. That's what it's all about, man. That's what you need. And if I remember right, Jason was the one that gave you the key to the city here, Con.
he basically did. Yes, he did. I owe him quite a bit on my end there.
Sweet, sweet. You know, and if any of the viewers want to know a little bit more, make sure you guys head back into the chatting with Zim right there on YouTube, and definitely look up the archives. So.
Oh yeah, didn't wasn't Jason actually one of your highest
Jace,
viewed
yeah, you
episodes?
are the #1
Am I?
viewed episode. Yes, you are.
I know.
How many times did you watch it yourself, dude? How many
I
times was
ain't
that
gonna
you,
lie. I
Jason?
know.
I know. I love that answer.
Years.
#1. Geez, I didn't write it down, but let's. It was like 100 and something views, man. #1, dude.
Yeah, I watched it every day at work for 170 something straight days.
Listen, he kept stats on it. He's like, "Good, I'm in the lead.
Hell yeah.
I'm in the lead."
And it's
I went to the
untouchable to this day.
computers,
So
I typed it in.
To be honest with you, of the three episodes I've done with you, Mario, I think I've only actually watched one of them. I'm just not a big fan of watching myself at all or listening to myself.
dude, you'll get over it. Trust me. I did. It's very weird, bro. It's that I agree. I sometimes I had to go back and it's like, hey, if I have another guest, I usually my little ritual is try to go back to the last one and see what we talked about, right? And then I'll take notes. That way, I kind of don't repeat the same shit and talk about the same shit over and over. But yeah, man, the first times I did that, it was definitely weird, bro. It's just nobody likes to hear their voice.
No, not at all. Not at all. Especially when you don't realize moving from Texas with your friends to Arkansas, and then a few years go by, and then you call them for the first time in 5, 6 years, and they're like, who the fuck is this? And it's like, it's me, it's Trent. And they're like, what happened to your voice? You sound like an idiot. You know what I mean? It's like yes, I do.
You
But
embraced
no,
it.
I did. I had to embrace it. I had to embrace it. Started hunting deer. And, no, I didn't never do that.
I was about to say,
It's big deer
holy
hunting
shit.
stuff down there. No, I never got into all that
Okay.
stuff. I'm an art addict.
Sure.
all the way. And that's what spawned the drawing show.
Yeah.
You know what
That's
I
I
mean?
definitely want to get into that, man. But I had a visual right now. You know, you getting some of your ink and just fucking going to town before you hit the deer. You know what I mean?
We did we did our first show, and you know, I've never been on a webcam before or a webcam broadcast like yourselves. So I was real nervous. I didn't say anything then, but I was fidgety and all that stuff. I still am fidgety when I'm live, but you started like a trend. Like I kind of dug it, you know, the adrenaline, especially when it goes well. And then Trent came to me, and I think he was the one that approached me about, dude, let's go live and just draw. And once he said it, and once I realized I wasn't going to be by myself when I draw and stuff like that, I kind of stuck with him, and I was like, okay, this is cool. I kind of like doing this. And then Trent came to me, and we had to come up with a name, and we tried to do it like, you know, once or twice a week. But, you know, us having our normal lives and stuff like that, it's not something we do for a living. So we kind of petered off a little bit. So they're sporadic at best now. But when we go on, it seems like it's like we never miss a beat. We're so used to each other and so normal and know what each other is almost thinking that really it doesn't even matter that we're on a webcam, because it's like like we're in the same room with each other now. So that's how it got started, in my opinion. It was basically Trent coming to me and saying, "Hey, let's combine it." And yeah, I mean, we tried different names, but the John Con show kind of stuck.
Yeah, it's never the DrawCon show was supposed to be a two-part show, really, honestly. And it was supposed to be, one time a week we were going to sit down and we were going to do our drawing, where you only saw the paper and the pen and you heard us just kind of talking and drawing. And then the other time of the week was supposed to be like an art sports show, which was going to be on my end. And I think we pulled off 3 pretty decent art sports shows, just giving information out there, trying to help people, and all the things that took me 2 years to figure out about Instagram, I was trying to help other people figure out a little quicker. And then I came across cats like Ivan Sandoval, you know what I mean? And he he's in the research. I mean, he knows what he's talking about, and he's in there talking all this stuff, and he really knows what he's doing. And it kind of made me realize I really can't step up to the game that them guys know this stuff at that level. So, I mean, my art support can only go so far. I mean, I can help you out with a lot of stuff, but, as far as, your worries and conspiracy theories about Instagram, that's, you got to take that to yourself.
No, and it's definitely dope, man. It's definitely dope that you guys are, like, learning and then, learning and sharing, and that's what it's all about. That's the only way, at least people who want to know are going to eventually get the info, right? I mean, because you could drink a horse, I mean, you could lead a horse to water, but we know. So that's pretty dope, man. I try to do that as best as I can, and just having a show like this, I'm able to talk to a lot of artists, and I am a plethora of information, bro. You know what I mean? And when people ask, I could at least give them some sort of feedback or guide them. Hey, check Con out, or check Jace out, check Ivan, whatever, Pez, check them out. Do you guys want to learn something? Make sure you guys ask.
Right.
Yeah,
and that's what I was telling everybody. Ask any artist, and they will. Artists in the community and Instagram community are amazing. You generally just, if it's someone you've never even heard of, and you just run across their art, and you're like, "Wow, man, how did you do that particular technique?" They're generally going to tell you. They don't keep it to themselves too often. Some of them do out there that are a little, I think, some intimidation factors some artists have, and they I don't know, there's that competition they feel like they got to have between other artists. I don't really understand that.
I don't want to hear their ideas because I don't want it to mess with mine. And I also don't want to, if, like Trent says something like he's going to do the Oracle from Neverending Story. I'm like, damn it, that's a good one. I wish I could do that. It instantly makes me want to do it, but he's doing it. So I'm like, I'm not going to piggyback off of it.
I ain't touched that fucking Oracle in a year. It's sitting over there, ain't getting nothing done.
That is an example. But it's all about us challenging each other. And me and him know each other so well that I can be deadly honest with him and give him that brotherly advice about, there it is. There's the for lack of a better word, hoo-hoos.
We're a big one.
We need a close-up of it.
A lot of detail. I'm not in a real big hurry to get that son of a bitch done.
No, man.
The southern one's the blue tinted one, or is it the red tinted one? Which one's the southern's blue tinted? Because it's
the one you first go to, the Oracle, is I think a reddish. And then the final Oracle is, I think, a bluish orange. I don't fucking remember, man. All I remember is the Gamork, man, and how these used to be big, strong hands.
Yeah, that big, strong hands. Exactly. That's exactly what I saw on that one. What was I gonna say? And and going back to you sharing information, it's I was watching one of your shows the other day. And you had met, was it I think you were talking with Seven, and you had mentioned about the double post and how to get double images. So I went and I started using it, and that's how I created that chatting with Zim and the Drawn Con show, and got you guys on there. And I was like, oh
It
yeah,
makes it
yeah,
so
yeah,
much easier, isn't it? Because you don't have to have all these different pages to your story. You can like slop a bunch of shit on one. Yeah, it was amazing learning how to do that. And first thing I did was want to tell everybody
for
about it.
sure. And I'm kind of curious to know. I mean, the Drawn Con show. What were some of the other names you guys were playing with here?
Actually, we knew we were gonna mix our names, but it was the and the show on it. It was pretty much. I was kind of rooting for the Drawn Con because I just figured it'd be the easiest one. But there's probably a Drawn Con out there.
There's something else you wanted to change it, dude. He texted me and he's like, dude, maybe we should change it. I was like, absolutely fucking not. It was like, we tossed around several names. At one point, we were going to call it like how to fucking art, or how to art, how to art, some shit. We tossed around a bunch of dumb stuff, and then it just, Drawn Con just worked out, and admittedly, it was kind of my baby. It was kind of my idea, but it's like the whole thing was meant for my man here. You know what I mean? It's because he, like you said, metaphorically gave me the keys to the kingdom and introduced me to Instagram. And he introduced me to all you guys. And, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot from a lot of artists paying attention to your shows and other shows and just talking to artists, one by one for 2 years. And I learned a lot from all you guys. So that inspired the whole Drawn Con show, and that's where it was like I knew I was never going to get rich with my art. I knew I was never going to be known for my art, but what I figured I could be known for was supporting the fucking art community, maybe like nobody really does. You know what I mean? I want to be all in on it. And when it came to the name, there was no choice but to put Jason's name first. You know what I mean? It was just like, that's my boy, and this is for him, and I want him. And up to that first one, he'd never done and ever gone live at all. And I think we did 2 practice runs where he was just like, DM me, and we'll like chat on DM, and we'll see how it goes, and then maybe we'll do a live.
Yeah, we warmed up to it. It wasn't just jump into it. It was kind of nerve wracking. Prior to it, I even filmed myself doing like a Predator, because I didn't know what we were gonna do drawing wise, and I sketched real quick, and I videoed the whole thing. I videoed, and I actually posted some of them. There's music on in the background, so you know how that works with the live feeds and stuff like that. But yeah, I practiced, and then we did the first live, and the camera dropped. Everything went bad. It usually still does go bad sometimes, but we're more pros at handling it. But I remember I had the camera upside down. I had it hanging by a rubber band, and it was just bouncing there.
I'll be honest with you. That was one of the biggest issues with first trying to start a cohesive show together, was how to position the cameras to show off your artwork the best at the best angles and lighting and everything. And it's like I never really ever planned on showing myself draw anything. I've always been kind of self-conscious about my style and how I draw. I didn't, because I've never been trained. I just kind of did it, and I kind of always figured I did things a little bit ass backwards. I don't know if I do things the hard way or not, but I've just learned to do it that way. And I've always been kind of just a little self-conscious about people seeing me draw, because hell, they make fun of me about my fucking pinky now. You know what I mean?
That's funny. No, man.
For anybody who doesn't know, I have a broke pinky, and when I draw, that
it's
pinky's always
fancy.
out
That's
there.
right, man.
And
you do.
I get a it helps when I'm sipping tea.
No, and that's cool, man. I mean, I love that you guys, actually executed on your motivation and stuff. And one of the hardest things that I've known, or that I've that I've learned from doing these podcast things or these shows is that it's consistency. You know, it doesn't have to be every day and stuff, but you have to be consistent. And usually people after like their I say between 12 and 15 episodes, that's when a lot of people call it quits. So I say if you guys could do after the 15 show, then you guys are pretty much gold, and all you guys have to do is just keep going, right? What's up, Gutter Baby?
True, true, but I mean, material is an issue. I mean, you got to be on point. And you got to keep people tuned in. You know that as well. There can't be dead space. I mean, or people don't want to, keep. I mean, they want to hear the stupid banter, but they don't want it to be dumb. They don't want it to be just stupid stuff. They want it to be stuff that they can laugh at, or like, oh, it's hard sometimes, especially when we do the drawing part, because we all, if any artist, I think, we just zone out on our artwork. And I don't know how long there'll be dead zones there where you don't even say a word. And it's kind of hard on that end. You got to always remember to stay talking, because it's not just you and your friends. You're trying to, get people to tune in and maybe learn a little something about, different techniques and different styles, or, maybe learn a new fucking joke or something. Who knows what we're going to say, but, you just, you want them to tune in, and then, you catch them with that. Then, you bring them over to the art sport side, and that's when, you start trying to help them out. And that was my end of it. And I still have all that in the works. It's just, it didn't work out on Instagram as well as I thought it would. You know what I mean? It's like it needs to be moved to a bigger format. And me and Jason have been kind of discussing that a lot here lately, and how we're going to move it to an absolutely, like, a cohesive, edited show, not just us live and dead space and all the nots. We want to be able to edit it out and put in a, a good cohesive show together.
Us being able to edit is the next step, because I'll let you in on a secret. That last video we did, if you watch it, I'll go ahead and be honest. I popped a zit on my neck.
You popped a zit on camera?
Dude, I didn't know what was going on, because I had blood all over it, and you can actually see when it pops, I jump because it scared the shit out of me. And then I'm like, oh crap, I just did that on camera. So I play it.
That's kind of the grossest thing I've ever fucking heard.
The rest of the way from the video. It's a little embarrassing to watch, but you know what? I'll just be honest about it.
That I think from a viewer point of perspective, those little things with you guys is what makes you guys you. You know what I mean? And this is
if I hadn't said anything, but that's an interesting little tidbit.
Pet says that's gross. That's emoji.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and speaking of Gutter Baby, Notorious Pez, Omar Lopez, who else was there? Jeff Garcia was in there. I've seen a few names in there. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in.
I'm sorry, I didn't tell you how many. Did you see how many people watched?
Ivan Sandoval's playing in there too.
Tell you that. Did you see how many people watched? Yeah, that last show.
Our show? I never looked to see how many people watched any of our shows ever.
Well, not at one time. It got up high, but at least 38 people watched at one point in time.
Yeah, that's tough.
Well, see, there you go, people. Sketchbook, the 10-minute quick fire sketches, that draws attention.
I figured, you were obnoxious. But you know what? It was good. It was like, visually, it was hard to see what I was drawing. So, Trent was entertaining. So if one of us starts to kind of peter off, then the other one kind of steps up. And I think that's a cool part about us.
Trying to. You do a better job, I think, when I'm drawing, of talking to the community than I do. But it all works out. But anyway, anything else? Do we need to move on, or
no? We could keep on beating the dead horse. It's kind of funny, and beating on it. Motherfucker.
No.
Like, bring the other horse. No, that's dope though, man. But like I said, I think you guys are do what you guys are doing, man, because that's what that genuine. How do I say it, man? It's it's that realness that people want, right? Because you could kind of tell when shit is kind of like, you know, what's that word? Scripted and stuff like that. So
Yeah, and I try to watch my language a little bit, but I'm really just kind of I really don't have a filter a lot, and I really do have to, kind of be aware of what I may or may not say and keep it correct. But I still, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna
yeah.
cover it up. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna be inappropriate either. So
Now,
but
now, when it comes to your guys' art, both of you guys have very distinctive styles. Jace, you go digital and you fucking kill it, man. Con, you're traditional and you fucking kill it as well, man. So
thanks, sir. And I have to say, Jason did traditional art with a lot of acrylic paint before he got that iPad here like a year ago or whatnot. And man, his style never changed, and that was really cool to see with him. It just it improved his. He just found a better medium, and I could see that with the painter. You know what I mean? But to me, I can't see how you can get that true pencil look on digital. I've never seen anybody make a digital piece that that I couldn't tell was digital. Nobody. I was like, nobody's ever showed me a digital piece that I thought was a traditional piece. You can tell traditional a mile away, just like you can tell digital a mile away. I mean, they have distinctive features, and a lot of artists try to make their traditional art look cleaner, more like digital work. But my goal would be to make digital look more like traditional, and less like digital. That's the only reason I'd even go with an iPad. If I bought an iPad, that'd be my number one goal. I'd be like turning down all the settings to bullshit, and I'd be like making it look like the roughest stuff. You just can't get that with it. I don't know. We don't want to talk about my distaste.
No, man, you'll be surprised, bro, because I was on that same wagon, years ago. When I was in high school, I kind of wanted to go that comic book artist. But at that point, when I graduated, that's maybe about a year or two, that's when everything was going digital. You're talking about comics, newspapers, magazines. And I was like, man, well, traditional is going to be a dying business, I think. And no, it wasn't,
Here's the thing. I do the digital, but when I print them out, I actually go back over them with like markers and paint. So it's just mixed media kind of thing. It's not full 100% digital. It's more like I use it as a way to get there quicker. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that's good.
I get it to a certain point where I know that paint-wise or marker-wise, I can take over from there and give it more texture and a little bit more life. I recently sent one of those mooses. See, when I got the print back, I looked at it and I was like, oh, Lord, there's so much work to do. And then I got a hold of it, and it took me a good, 2 weeks with markers and then being nervous every time I touched it because it is a print. So anytime I mess up, if I have to start over, I have to go buy a new print. I have to do such and such and start completely over and redo what maybe I even thought was the best I've ever done. So, yeah, they're prints, but it's just more like mixing it into the media. Because I'm always a mixed media artist.
Yeah, same here. The more I can put into something, the more.
Because I've actually had people kind of frown on just saying a print.
Sorry about that. I'm trying to get this here. That's what I'm
That's what
trying
I'm
to think.
trying to do.
Yeah, that's a moose. It surprised me that everybody liked it so much. I was like, it's a freaking moose.
It's a fucking moose.
No,
No,
and
and it's a good looking moose though, Jason. And I'll be honest, and I told Jason that was one of the first pieces that he did that I was like, damn, he fucking stepped up on that one. You know what I mean? It was like that was one of your most realistic looking animals you've done, and the colors are magnificent.
The
You did a great job.
the reason I did that was my cousin actually wanted me to do a mixed piece of moose, but she wanted the exact same thing that she was looking at, and it was by another artist, and it's hard for me to do. It's hard for me to copy another artist's style. And what it was a mural on side of a building, okay? And so every little hair strand was, in fact, a brush stroke. That's how big it was. So I tried my best to kind of mimic that with the iPad, and I was like going nowhere. So it surprised me. There's like 26 different versions of that moose, you know, all different sizes and stuff like that. So that's kind of a, if I ever actually had my own website, it would be a menu item. Just choose which one you want. I mean, I have one that's like an Andy Warhol where it has, you know, all 4 different colors and everything like that.
yeah.
But each one, if I have to print one, I am going to work back over it. Especially, it gives it more. People just frown when you say the word print, especially when, you know, they kind of cost a little penny. So
yeah,
They kind of do. Everybody wants the original, and everybody thinks they're going to get something for nothing. You know what I mean? And it's like you can't do that. And that's the thing I'm a big stickler about to any artist out there. Is don't cut yourself short. You got to take into consideration all the time you spend on your artworks, and you know what you put into them, and the materials you got to replace. Whether it be one fucking color out of a pack of Sharpies that you're out of, and you got to go spend $30 just to buy a whole new pack to get that one color. You know what I mean? You got to take that into account. You know what I mean? Every little thing. So don't sell yourself short, guys, on your artworks. But you know what it's worth. You got a gut feeling. I think every artist, you know, if you held a piece you just did up, and you looked at it, and you thought to yourself, what would this sell for? Your gut knows what it's worth right then and there, and you always question it. I'm sure a lot of you do, but I just learned to not question it because I questioned it, and but I held my guns on my prices, and they sold. You know what I mean? It's like they're going to sell. You know what I mean? You hold that price, you might miss a buyer or two, but it's worth it. You know what I mean? To know that your art is worth what you can sell it for. You know what I mean?
Don't ever think of it as your price is too high. Your price was too high for that person, but that person was interested enough that if it was a little bit lower in price, they would have bought it. So that means there is interest in what you just drew, so you can keep it at the price that you desire. And then someday, it could be a year, 2 years from it, but you're going to get the price you desire because there was interest in your piece. So you just got to stand pat, though.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah.
But you can always come down. And you know what? It's never a bad idea. It is really never a bad idea. If someone asks you how much one of your pieces are, and you hit them a price that they might find too high, and they kind of, you know, shy away from it, do not be afraid to ask them what they think that they, you know, what would you pay for that? You know, ask them what they think that is worth. You know what I mean? You want all the feedback you can get. Never take criticism as bad. It's all a learning tool. That helps you also assess how people see it. And I also ask that, you know, because I like to know what people see the most in my artworks and stuff like that. But, and that's what we talk a lot. But this is the Drawing Card Show. Anyway.
Let me get 3 words that describe your art, guys.
I call mine cartoony, colorful, and I try to make stuff that's not centered. I give it odd angles, stuff like that. what's a good word for that? Perception?
Original, unique.
Unique. How about that one? We'll go with unique. I like that one. It makes it sound prettier. So cartoony, colorful.
Colorful and unique.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're waiting on you.
On.
Three words that describe my art. Motherfucking mine.
Motherfucking mine.
No, 3 words that describe my art. If someone was asking me, first, detail. I'm very detail oriented. It's all about the littlest thing. Askew. I would say detailed, askew, and mine. It's all mine. I mean, unreferenced, non-referenced. I don't know what. I don't know. I don't
Me
know.
to describe cons and then con describe mine. If I was
You know
to
what?
describe
Let's
con,
do that. Let's switch that around then.
I would
Let's
say
go.
con artist is edgy.
Oh, what is it? What is it?
And controlled chaos. Maybe that controlled chaos. Edgy, controlled chaos.
Sweet.
Edgy, controlled chaos. See that? I don't know what that means to me. I hear the word edgy, and I think that means I'm like pushing the borders of taste.
If
Is
you
that?
have nipples in your drawing,
I
you're
don't
edgy.
feel like I pushed the borders.
Very
of taste
edgy.
too often.
If you have nipples in your drawing, you're edgy. You're not chaos. So chaos is probably a piss poor example. You are fine. Hey, fine. Fine as in detail wise. Fine details. So edgy, fine, and I forgot what the other one was I used.
Controlled chaos.
Controlled.
Yeah, very controlled. What about you, Con? How would you describe Jace?
I was nice to you, bitch.
Jason's art. Yeah. You want me to take the red pill or the blue pill for this?
Take them both.
No. Jason's art to me is whimsical. I find it very, very pleasing to look at. His colors and his color palettes and his choices of how he does things. It's very pleasing to look at to me. And some people I don't know if people would take that as to think it's like correct or whatnot. I don't know. You just have to check out his profile grid. It's just his artwork is colorful and pleasing to look at. So I would say whimsical, but at the same time gritty in a way that it's much chaos with me in a different way. You know, he's fucking slinging his brush around like it's a big dick or something, and just taking what hits. You know what I mean? He just learned how to work it. So, no, I really don't. This is a weird spot because I've never ever thought about something like that because I don't really classify. Okay, so let's go with whimsical, gritty, and let's go with.
Yeah,
vibrant.
exactly. That's the word I was about to say, man. Colors are very vibrant, very damn.
Yes. Is that my Darth Vader?
Harley.
There's words in the way, but it's Harley. It's Harley with that light.
Oh, it's Harley.
Damn.
Yeah, and he's a mix and matcher too. And see, and that's a thing that me and Jason differ on as well. And you know, it took you, Mario, and Jason both to talk to me about the fan art situation. And both y'all know how I feel about fan art. But I found myself doing it for the better part of 2 years because it helped me get to know people in different areas of art than I am in. You understand? I never really followed fan art type people or certain other types of artists because I didn't connect with them as artists. And it took you guys, you know, getting me on here and meeting everybody and, you know, and talking to me about, you know, do fan art, do it in your style. Don't try to do it like everybody else. Just
I
do
like
your own
fan
way.
art because it connects
And,
you to the person. So if you do a fan piece, then you're like, okay, so this guy's a fan of, you know, The Mandalorian, or this guy is a fan of Harley, or, you know, E.T. or something like that when they draw that kind of stuff. So I can instantly more relate to them. Like when Trent did the fan art, is, you know, it's a bad example to use Trent. I'm trying to think of somebody to use, but like you, Zim, when you put that panda and everything. So I'm always looking for the panda in everything that you ever do. I'm looking for, you know, in the reflection, anywhere. I can't remember specifically what one I saw, but
Maybe a pin on a jacket.
Joker,
Who knows?
famous,
Pan's got to be in there.
was it The Killing Joke where he had the camera up?
Yeah.
And it was the panda bear. You put the panda bear in it. I love it.
No. On that one, I did do a bunch of. Unfortunately, I don't have it on me. But I did do a couple of like little Easter eggs. Like for example, on the camera, there was a big scratch where the name would be, and it said Zim. And I've done a bunch of other little things like that. You know, that kind of hidden around there on some of my pieces. There's one that I did which was a Santa Claus panda. And one of the toys, his bag was ripped open. One of the toys was a Panda Zim teddy bear. So,
Okay.
and when it,
yeah, I was looking. I've got some. Yeah, I got one of Zim's stickers right here. I have quite a few actually, but I was trying to dig through here. But that's one of his pandas. You know, that's your. But that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like your panda character, and I like that. And that's where I fell with fan art. That's where I fell with fan art, and that was my only complaint. Sure, I love the comics. I love all that stuff. I watched Power Rangers, baby. You know, I watched Ultron. You know, I watched all that stuff. And but it was at 35 years old when I promised myself I was never going to draw anything that I'd ever seen anybody else ever draw. I was going to only draw from my imagination, period. And I spent like almost 10 years, you know, just building absolutely how to draw things from a mental reference only. And so after doing, you know, 7.5, 8 years of original artworks only, it was kind of a hard break for me to break my own promise that I was never going to draw something somebody else that took the time to think up. It was not about I didn't like him. It was like Batman was Bob Kane's. You know what I mean? Why would I want to redo something that Bob Kane has already done and everybody else in the world? There's no new concept I could come up with. What could I do any different with a Batman that hasn't been done a million times? And that's where it fell with my artwork. I wanted to stand out in a different way. And I pushed that a lot on the Drawn Con show about, you know, developing your own unique style and put down those physical references and start trying to pull that stuff out of your own head. And that's how you're going to create your own style, because that's only your mind can see like that. Nobody else can ever recreate anything you pull out of your own head, because nobody else can see it like you can. So it'll be your one snowflake. You know, every piece is your snowflake. Nobody can ever recreate it, you know, unless they sat there and just unless they sat there and did it. But those are all one of a kind pieces because they came from one place, my mind.
Word.
You know what I mean? So it was hard to move into things that people had already done. So it took a while to fade into that, being able to draw the traditional style looking Batmans or Mario's or whatever, and then kind of move into my style. And that's when people really started noticing me, was when I started bringing out a whole my unique style to the fan art. And that was kind of one of the things I did, was keep it hidden for a minute and then bang bang.
No word.
But
And like for the whole fan art thing, it really depends on what you're trying to do, what your goal and intention is for when hitting this social media, right? It's like for example, myself, I've always loved comic books and I draw what I like. So this is what I grew up on, right? This is why I do it. But when I initially wanted to introduce the panda, it's like if I would have started with the panda, I probably wouldn't get like a lot of traction, so to say, you know, because that's
you
true.
might be surprised.
That's true. But
you might be surprised. But yeah, absolutely understandable. I mean, you're right, and it's like, but now, 2 years after the fact, with Jason, giving me all these, challenges when we started the DrawCon show, draw predators, draw all these things, I've started opening my mind up, and I've started doing them in a way that they're my own version of them. So no matter what, even if I do them out of my head, a mental reference, and never even refer to their costumes, no matter what comes out, is like almost a new concept of that character. You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of a cool way, it builds that muscle, and then you end up starting to do that fan art in your own version, your own style, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Bruce 13, shout out to Bruce 13. He said, talking about the three words that describe his art. He says that his is hot trash on top of a huge pile of unicorn crap mixed with some zombie body parts.
He must be talking about Jason, right?
And
that sounds about right.
That sounds about right.
Well, I mean, seriously, if I was to like flick you to my just wall right here, boom, okay. Now, about everything he put on that list is on this wall, from unicorns to tampon strings to it's everywhere, zombies, and it's I'm a mixture of everything. I tend to not repeat stuff too much, and when I do, I tend to let y'all know about it, because I get pissed off about the fact that I've done like 4 or 5 of the same thing, and then I get mad and shut down my Instagram account and have a mental breakdown.
And Jens, as we get to the top of the hour, I want to open up the actual live to if anybody has questions. I know I got one coming on here, and let's go with Bruce. Bruce is asking, "That's my style, not your guys's." LOL.
Oh, Bruce, I like everything that you ever posed.
Damn.
And then we got Halo with a real question here. Let me go ahead and post it up. It says, "What advice would you give to a young artist such as myself?" Okay, there you go.
Well, little Louie, Jason, you want to take this
one? Advice to a young artist: if you keep going, even if you get that bug of you just don't know what to draw, then draw something that you've already drawn before, because you always get better at repetition. I have a tendency to, I get that melancholy feeling where I just don't feel like getting something done or working it. I always have it in front of me though, ready to go. Because I don't actually. This is pretty much it. I go to a normal job, and then when I get home, to pass the time, I draw. And I'll post teasers and everything on social media about what I'm working on. It's just something I like to do, and it keeps me pumped. I'll put music to it, and I'll pick all this stuff, and I just keep going. even if I'm not drawing, I'm trying to do something on social media. I'm trying to find something to post to keep everything relevant and keep it fresh. Um, I keep going. Don't listen to people that are constantly criticizing you about not having, a normal job, not having the drive to, be a CEO in a company. Um, if you have that one person that always backs you and pushes you forward because this is a goal, it's because they have goals and they want to meet their goals too. They want that uh, that trade off. If I help you, help me, and helping others actually helps me because it helps me understand things a little bit better. And my advice is to keep going. Don't ever let anything damage or hamper your spirits, even yourself. Yourself is your worst enemy, and if you keep going, you'll push past it, and all of a sudden you'll start getting angry at yourself that you haven't gotten something done. It's kind of like when people work out and stuff like that, they get that it's an addictive thing.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get the addictive thing, once you get that runner's feeling, it's all easy. I never have any drawbacks. I just have the melancholy moments where I don't feel like it, but I still end up doing it. Because if I don't, I'm going to be mad at myself. But that's... I always try different colors and stuff like that just to keep stuff going. If something's not working, I'll try something different. I'll erase it, I'll redraw it, I'll shut it down. Or on the iPad, it's pretty much just turn that option off, and then I can start over. And then if I want to bring it back, I can bring it back later. But I would tell young artists, don't be scared to ask any questions and never stop. Keep going. If your parents don't back you 100%, just I have found ways to keep going. It irritated them several times, but I just kept going, and now I have pictures on my walls, and people I can actually say across the country have my art on their walls. So, and then thankfully I was friends with Shane before he actually wrote his books, and so I'm on his book covers. I kept going, and even to this day, they're still on me about getting a better job, and I'm trying, but art is who I am. Being an artist is who I am, so you can't take that away from me. So I keep going no matter what, and that's my advice, and I've talked quite a bit right now.
No, you're good. You're good. Give us broke it down for us. Con,
Right. It's good advice, actually. Really good advice.
what about you, Kyle? What advice would you give a young artist such as Halo?
Young artists, the only advice I have really for any artist, young or old, is don't stop. Because there was a point where I stopped drawing. It had to have been 15, almost 20 years. I didn't pick up a pencil for a long time, and I didn't start drawing really into it again until I think 3.5 years ago. So I mean, if I had never stopped, if I had never said, it's boring, and when all those people said you should go to art school, and I was like, I don't want to do that, it's boring. I don't like drawing. I was good at it, but I didn't care for it because all the detail was just tedious to me, and I didn't like it. But so I just put it down. I had better things to do. But I regret that now. And a lot of artists out there that are our age, like mine and Jason's, and people like Josh Queen, perhaps, Halo, Lou Gabriel, they all know that it was hard. And I think even Jeff Coney at Coney Arts, Coney area or whatever his name, he had the same. We all put down the pen for a long time, I think, and had families and stuff like that. And then we're now trying to get it in there. So don't ever put it down. Just keep sticking with it. Always carry a sketch pad with you or something. But as far as it goes, even if you have a family, if you are just young and you're starting out and you just your work and everything, it's just like support is paramount. You know what I mean? So an artist, to be a good artist, you need to have support, and that support comes from home. Whether it be your family, your parents, your girlfriend, or your wife, husband, whatever it is. You need to have that support at home, because that is the most important thing in the world. That will build an artist like nothing else. Ask people, about your art. Don't hide it off. Get feedback on your art, and and supporting other artists is just as tantamount. So I mean, as that. So really, it's all about support. If you support the arts, you support the art community, you will in every way find support coming back to you. So that's my advice: is support. Find support in the community if you don't have it at home, and if you do have it at home, remember to give it back.
Yeah,
because it works two ways.
Yeah, if I had to share any 2 cents from what I've learned is specifically on young artists, right? We're talking about people barely getting into the game. I'm not talking about you know people like yourself and myself who took that long hiatus. I'm talking about the Josh Queens out there. You know what I mean? Uh, for for those type of
Yeah,
people, I would highly recommend one sticking 3 things. Stick to it. That's number one. Consistency. Two, I would advise you guys to go digital because you guys are the next generation, and that's where everything is heading. So pick up on digital. You don't have to, but it will benefit your game. And three, get yourself a great teacher. Find a teacher that's willing to sit down and put in, help you out and hone your craft. So, and that's the beauty of this.
and yes, and the teacher
Anybody, yeah,
could be anybody. If you're sitting there watching someone draw on live, do not be afraid to request to join in on them, even if you've
correct.
never met that person. And just start asking them questions, and next thing you know, you're drawing together. Next thing you know, y'all are drawing together twice a week, and your skills are building. So yes, find that. That's what I'm saying. Find that, and that support in that community, and stuff
For
like that.
sure.
Keep going, never stop.
Yeah.
Jim, you nailed it on the
And
head. You nailed it on the head. And the digital, I have to agree with the digital, but the only thing I would add to that would be, don't forget, you gotta keep that pencil
yeah,
in your hand every now and then, guys. You know
definitely,
what I mean? You
definitely
can't.
carry your sketchbook. Definitely go traditional, but make sure you learn the digital because that is a tool that this next century is going to be involved in, man. You know what I mean? Everything's going digital. Everything, especially if you're trying to break into like those real professional markets. Advertising, even comic books nowadays are going digital. So yeah,
Yes, I mean it's amazing. It's so crisp and clean. It really is. And digital, the things I see these guys do with their digital is amazing. It really is. And I have no advice but questions for those guys. You know what I mean? It's just like, how do you do this or how do you do that? And Ivan Sandoval fucking taught me for the first time the other day. I never knew how to say I wanted to take this back. Say I wanted to take this and scan it
yeah,
onto an iPad, right?
hmm
And then color it. Well, all I would ever know how to do is to color over it with a different layer, like make another layer, and then I would like on the blank layer, I would bring down the opacity and I would color, but I would always lose that black line. I could never autofill. I could never do that stuff. And it's actually Ivan that taught me just here like a week ago. He's like, well, there's multi layers where you can stack them and you can lock this one. You'll always see this one. You can color
hmm
under it. So you never color over the lines. It only makes them darker. And it's like, and for years I've never known this. I mean, I'm scared to death of digital, and yeah, I'm you know a little gun shy of it, and yeah, but I could see how it is amazingly
So
useful
a
tool.
great example is this piece here. I drew it digital about, I'd say about 2 years ago. I mean, digital. I drew it traditionally about 2 years ago. This year, I went and I redid it because I sold the original that I did back then. And when I did that, I did exactly what Ivan said. I went back, redrew the lines digitally, created another layer, and then I added the color and all this splash. And I'm gonna release the final version later on this week, and you guys are gonna like it, man.
Yeah,
Um,
but that but that's like so. You've seen my work, man. You're talking about redrawing all them fucking lines, dude. I mean, come on, man. I can't do that, dude. I can't do that, man. And that's what's always frustrated me about it. I can't go back and redraw all those lines like that, and I never could. But Ivan actually showed me how to actually color now. If I wanted to color something digitally and just scan it, I now know how to do it properly. Thank you. So don't be afraid to ask. That's what I'm talking about.
cool.
Don't be afraid to ask somebody even if they know you hate their media.
Hell no.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't hate digital artwork at all, guys. I just give you guys a
And
hard time.
let me go ahead and give this Instagram thing away. So you guys have received one of the three remaining sticker prints that I got here. Hopefully you guys went in and commented. Comments are closed now, I guess. So let's go ahead and
Where was it?
let's pick the winner, right?
Let's do it.
So this week's winner, da, 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 da. Oh, Halo, look at that,
Oh, there you go.
man.
Twas rigged, I say. Twas rigged. I'm kidding. I'm
Halo.
kidding. I'm kidding.
So
what
he
he
won
win?
one of these sticker prints that I got going on, and
Now, how do you
well,
pick
you
which
let
one
me
you
know
win?
which one you want. I know the one he wanted was the killing poke, you know, the Joker cover, but the last winner won that one last week. So yes, sir. Yeah.
That's awesome. Nice. Yes, I have been lucky enough to own some of Zim Zim's work. I actually have an original piece, which is fantastic.
Congratulations, Halo, Halo.
Lou Gabriel's Halo Halo, which, by the way, I follow Lou Gabriel at Halo Halo. He is an amazing artist, amazing artist. His colors are so vibrant. He does amazing graffiti letters, and even his characters he does are so crisp. They're so well done. I admire his art very much, very much. I always enjoy
Yeah,
seeing it.
definitely. And I would say the same, man. Very clean work, very colorful. And to be honest with you, it's the cleanliness that attracted me to his work. It's like everything's just sharp and clean, great lines. And, yeah,
Same,
it's rigged, says Pez.
same. Come on. Anything else you would like to? Anything more
Yes.
about what our
Yeah,
about the
man.
show
Before
or
we
anything like that?
let's close it out, man. What plans do you guys have for the future with your show?
Jason, any ideas on that?
Well, eventually, I keep telling myself I'm gonna start my
We've
own website. Uh, so I don't know what that has to do or what with our show. Trent has already done his website, and I think I'll let him answer about us doing a show for that platform. Uh, I know the future for me is basically try to, keep something going. I don't usually draw with anybody else. I've been invited, but I'm kind of kind of a real quiet person. Even when I'm drawing with Trent, I'm pretty quiet. So imagine if I don't really know you.
And I actually have pushed him to try to draw
Yeah,
with other artists. So
I'm on the verge of being or starting to do that, but I haven't done it yet. So whoever's the lucky one, hey, congratulations. Uh, I hope you can talk. As for the DrawCon, we're just gonna keep it going as is. It's going pretty strong, and I'm thinking, us not being on all the time actually helps.
Oh,
Because people try to actually make it the time. They actually pay attention to when we're going to be on, and it's usually we tell them, up until this last week, we usually tell them the day of when we're going to be on. So we kind of baited that one last week when we were going to be on. And Con had his hiatus, so we weren't doing very many live shows. So when we actually did get Trent on, we made sure that it was a good show. So I'm thinking we're getting better with time as time passes, and we'll keep on going. Sooner or later, I'll start my own or get my own web page and basically do what Con's doing. I haven't done it yet because, well, I just procrastinate and I'm lazy.
well, as far as websites go, that's just a better platform to show your own work the proper way, the way you want people to see it outside of social platforms. That's the main reason, and it allows me to be a full artist. I can put more than just my artwork. I do blogs and poetry and short stories and capture art. There's tons to it, and it's more clean and organized and categorized. That's all really, and you can have event calendars and such like that. But the my vision of where I want the Drawn Con show to go, Jimmy, if you want me to, like I said, I'm wanting to take it to a better format to where it's more of a show that we've edited and actually kind of like spend time researching just stuff and doing things as well as drawing and stuff like that, and trying to put them into more cohesive shows for entertainment wise and information purposes. But those will just be for the fun of it on our ends, and just for you guys to just have a little fun with. But the main goal with me, as far as the Drawn Con show, is to take it on the road
nice.
eventually, where we will be, where we will be uh, art promoters that are going to go around and secure locations, and then get with guys like you that we know in other states, like Live with Seven is in New York, and you're in Chicago, and I know in California. And these are artists that I speak to quite often, and I can tell them, hey, if you know any local artists, I'm coming up here. I've secured this location. If they've ever wanted to know if they can sell some art, get together a cohesive collection and bring it on up here. And I want to be able to promote local artists and communities like yours. You know what I mean? And go to places and get with people like you and get, pop-up art shows together where we can come together and show our art and possibly, sell your art. Whatever you need to do, make more connections. It's all about the art community and making connections and just showing the love, man. The fucking love we have for art. It's an addiction.
Word.
It's an absolute addiction.
No, that's totally dope. And as far as the better format and taking it on the road, I 100%. I'm with you guys there. Have you guys ever thought about having guests on to draw with you guys?
I started thinking about it, dude. I'll be honest. I started thinking about it. They're not on the Instagram. They're not on Facebook. 24/7. So they don't have the big following. But these are artists that are pristine in talent. So I kind of want to get a couple of them on there at least because, dude, they're phenomenal and they're just. I've seen them. I've seen their work, and basically their house is like mine, where it's pictures on the walls and stuff like that. And when you go to this house, it's like, oh my god, it's like every Joker you can think of, everything you can think of is on that wall, and even they're so pretty. It's like I want to be able to put them on my wall, and usually I don't feel that way about artists. Usually my walls are the only places that I put my work. So if I say that I'd hang it on my wall, that's actually a very good compliment.
Nice.
And these artists that I'm thinking would
Kind of
actually
is them.
benefit from being on, say, your show, Zim, or the DrawCon. Just tag along with this and see how it goes.
It would be interesting to have guests on, just to come on and talk art and, maybe just for even a few minutes answer some questions or something like. I don't know, but see, that seems to me like an interview show, and
But
that's not what we
that's the
intended
thing.
to do.
It's not an interview. It's they're drawing with you. You know what I mean?
So
And and
Right.
it's just like three guys hanging out, or three people, or it could be a female as well, whatever. You know, the thing about the
Right.
show, the thing that
Yeah, no,
makes the show, the DrawCon show, is you two guys. Your realness, your what makes you guys you is what makes the show the show. You know, so it's like Dan O'Mite. Dan O'Mite goes on with artists. Notorious Pez has artists on, and these are not interview shows. The only interview shows that I've seen is just me, Seven, and the guys over at Dead and Laughing. But there are times where I'll be on live and I'll just draw, and I'll totally throw my professionalism out the door, and I'll, you know. So
I know I've watched, and I enjoy those. And it's that's what I'm saying. That's why it's fun to do the two different versions of the show. Like where like you do your review and then you draw. Well, we do the art sports. We try to just do talk, and then we do our draw. But yeah, that might not be inviting guests on to do quick fire challenges,
that'll be
sketch
cool.
challenges,
Yeah.
or something like that, or surprise mediums. You know what I mean? Make them get outside the box there a
lot
little bit.
about singing, dude. What do you think
But-
about us singing? Yeah, if we
About them singing.
I sing, they can't shut us down.
Me.
So
That's true. Maybe.
Oh, if we sing, they can't shut us down. Well, it's mainly if you're a business account. If you're on Instagram as a business account, you cannot use the music in your reels and stuff that you can normal people. Like I used Ice Ice Baby, but because I'm a business account on Instagram, I got flagged. Because if I went back to just a personal account, I would then again be able to use that song without ever having to worry about that. So that's a little something I just learned.
away from being I switched it from business to personal, and I didn't like how. I think business is the one where you can kind of promote stuff, right? That's how you know, right? You can promote.
Yeah, I don't promote, but I know it gives you insights.
Because it's I thought about loopholes on this stuff, how we can get around it. And if it's a parody song, we can get away with it 24/7 because they do it all the time on the radio. But
I think if there's only so much of it recognizable, if you're talking over most of it, they're not going to get you.
Yeah.
So Zim, can I ask you a question?
Let's definitely go for it, man.
Do you have anything going on right now? Do you have any shows coming up, or do you have any little pop-ups
no,
going on?
Pez, I was talking to Pez, I think it was last week sometime, or it could have been this week. My mind's just been scrambled all over the place. But he told me about a couple anime events going on in Chicago. And the next one coming up is in July 2nd to the 4th. Midwest Anime or something like that. I went and I tried to apply, but I guess it was booked, so they got me on a list. In case somebody drops, they're going to send me an email. So that's what I got on my plate. If I don't get into that one, I'm going to try to get into the next one, which is another anime con, which is in October. But besides those two, I want to look for other things. I know Desalasi, Dizzy from Monsters Art Clan, she she posted something where she has some cons coming up, and they're mainly in this place in Aurora, in Illinois, which is about an hour's worth, hours away from me. So I'm gonna try to hit those shows up, see if I could get into some of that, and yeah, man. But for
Nice.
now, you guys are gonna see a little bit more anime coming out of me, just because I want to be kind of prepared. I got 2 months in case I get that email saying, "Hey, are you interested?" I'll be fuck yeah. So
Yeah, that's really awesome. That's good. Good luck on that. Yeah, and get that grind in, man. Get that grind in. I want
yeah,
to see you
man,
putting them out
I'm
there,
definitely
bud.
gonna get it in. I'm trying to fucking stay positive and keep my mind occupied and on that narrow path. Keep looking forward instead of just stopping me. But yeah, I mean, even though I'm MIA
And
from, I've been MIA from social media, I'm still grinding in the background. So that's not stopping. Yeah,
good. Just keep
and
it
and
going, man. Keep it
and I will
going.
show you,
And
but I'm streaming from my tablet. So yeah, yeah.
you're good. You're good. Don't worry about that. I was kind of. And one more thing. What artists are you showing up here? What are your next guests that you're going to be showing up here in the next few weeks? What's your
Oh
lineup?
man, so right now it looks like we got next Sunday. We got a cool guest I met from Notorious Pest. His name is Slim Jones Toon. After that, we got Eddie Draws It and J.A. Arts, or AKA Apson. If you guys don't know who Apson is, some graffiti artist that came on. He did something happened where he had to change his name because of the graffiti thing, and he's coming back to tell his story. So that's pretty cool. That's we're getting a double dose
Hi.
on the 23rd with him and Eddie Draws It, and then on the 30th we're gonna close it out with Botello Art, another member of the Monsters Art Clan. Uh, he's been leveling up, and I've been wanting to get him on, so that's pretty cool, man. That's who we got coming up.
Nice, nice. And shout
Oh,
out to
shout
the
out.
Monster Shark Clan, Max, them guys, all you guys out there. I'd love to be a part of that, but I'm
Oh,
so hit
man.
and miss. I don't think I could. I don't think I could hang with you guys. Y'all putting out some mad work all the time. Y'all grind
Yeah.
constantly.
No, you're not missing anything.
Well, Zima, I hope you have great luck at the anime
Yeah,
conventions.
I
If
hope
you
so
get
too.
in, I really, really hope you do. And my one tip to you is remember, put that little extra detail in there
Yeah,
that
well, thank
nobody
you.
else will, and that'll set
Thank you,
you.
sir.
So that's
Cool,
my
thank
little
you. I
tip to
would
you.
take that and
Uh,
run with that.
and thank you guys so much. And thank you so much. I don't even know where we're at. Do we have anything else going
No,
on?
that
Or are
that's
you shutting
pretty
us
that's
down?
pretty much it. We're
I
about an
don't
hour
really want to.
30 in, so yeah, man, it's pretty
That's the thing
cool, man.
about being a con artist. It seems like time always flies by when we're on the webcam.
Yeah, it does.
Oh yeah, my mouth is like a freaking time machine. You just like get lost. It just keeps
No, no,
talking.
you're all good, man. You're all good. And I just want to thank you guys once again, man, for being on. Keep doing what you're doing. I like that, and everybody else in the community that I talk to. Your name always comes up, the Drunk Con Show. So you guys are doing something good, right?
So that's good. That's a
Yeah,
little
man.
good for you. Yeah, that's the kind of thing.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I appreciate that. And thank you for putting the word out there. And and I'll put your name out there as much as I can. I keep you're one of the few artists I have on my wall. So very few artists, as a matter of fact. So yes, and thank you, by the way, for what you do for us and what you have done for artists like us and the artists that you will interview.
Zim, it's because of where you that we're at where we're at right now.
Oh, man. Thank you,
Zim,
bro.
when you contacted me,
What is it? The Batman Joker moment?
no,
I made you. You
There you
made
go.
me.
Zim, when you contacted me, I knew there was a chance for me to kind of try to do this
Mm.
full time, and so I rolled with that. Okay, I just kept it going. After that first interview, the second one came, I was all giddy and everything. I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous that first time I was
Oh,
talking.
man.
And
As fuck. You don't even
then
know.
it was like you were the reason that me and him are where we're at because you got me to see it that way, and then I got him to see it that way. So it was a chain reaction.
No, that's awesome, man.
We're both benefiting from that first show me and you did with that interview.
That's awesome, man.
So we do thank you.
Yeah,
and
That's awesome, man.
Yes, and I believe you going live with me that first time was it was my first time ever going live, and that was on me just saying, hey, dude, I just contacted you, not even about your officer suit. That was my buddy you just interviewed, and that was awesome, and I appreciate what you're doing. And man, he was so excited, and I was kind of giving you a little backstage, telling you, man, he's nervous. Yeah, he's telling me he's a little nervous, and you kept telling me, don't worry about it. You tell me, don't worry, and then we just got to bullshit, and then I think you eventually, asked me on, and thank you very much. And if you hadn't asked me on to do a live, me and Jason would have never started doing our thing together, because you made us comfortable.
That's awesome, man.
So.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate that, man. It really does mean a lot to me, man. Like I said, I did real quick. I didn't start this. I didn't know how hungry the people were for seeing other artists like this, and I just wanted to take advantage of the platform. Take advantage of getting to know the artists behind the art, simply because I got questions. We all have questions, that we want to ask artists, and I think it's pretty cool what developed and evolved from all of this. Not just with you guys, but with everybody else. It's cool, man. It's a great feeling, man. It really is.
Oh yeah, man. Thank you. Well, if we ever decide to do a third person on the Drawn Con show, you got anybody you might recommend?
Yeah, Zim, what about you? You want to join us one time?
Yeah, we could.
Might be our first.
We could definitely schedule that in, man. Yeah, let me know. Come up with a date, and we'll work on that, and we'll make it happen.
Okay.
For sure. Count me in.
All right. That sounds good.
Great.
Right. Sounds like we got a new show. Sounds like we got to plan a show, Jason.
Yeah. Right. And that's it, man. Thank you guys very much. For all you guys that missed it, please go back and rewatch the show. Make sure you guys are following ConArtist Graphic Design. You guys could find him at smileheartstudios.com. And, of course, let's not forget about Jace Drawn at Jace_Drawn, just as it sounds, JASE_Drawn. And together, like Voltron, they formed the Drawn Con Show.
That's right.
Hell yeah. So make sure you guys are hitting them up. Make sure you guys are giving them that follow, and definitely tune in. Check out the IGTV on Jace Drawn. That's where pretty much all the shows are kind of being held at. So head over there, show some love, watch some episodes. This is episode 103 with the Drawn Con Show. Thank you guys very much.
We're all 103.
And did I say Drawn Con Show? Yeah, Drawn Con Show. That's right.
Yes, sir, you did. Take care.
Thank you very much.
Laters, guys. Thank you guys very much. And that's it, guys. Viewers, thank you guys for tuning in once again. A shout out to Phalo Halo for winning this week's giveaway. And once again, tomorrow's Monday. I will go ahead and reset the actual post. All you guys got to do is comment. Nothing special, just comment. You guys could give me the middle finger, the bird there. I don't care. But if you do, you're automatically entered, and we announce the winner every Sunday on the show. Stay tuned for next week, where I have Slim Jones Tune is coming on. That's going to be interesting. If you guys haven't checked them out, make sure you guys do catch that. And that is Slim Jones Tune right here on the gram. Make sure you guys are heading over to Monsters Art Clan as well. Check them out. We also have a website. So check us out. Follow. Check out the homie Live with 7. Hit up the IGTV and go back and watch one of the last episodes he did. That's where me and him go. We co-host with each other, and that's chatting live. So that's the first with our guest. Jesus Christ, was Mr. Lost and Creative. That was our guest on that show. So check that out. Fucking awesome show. Right now, I'm going to work on putting all of that on my YouTube channel. So please go like, subscribe, and all that fun jazz. and you'll guys find all the archives along with this one and the last previous 2 or 3 that I haven't uploaded just because of things going on. That being said, I'm your host, Zimzima, guys. Thank you guys for joining. Check me out, not just here, but check me out on TikTok, and definitely go check out the site, therealzimzima.com. It's that simple, yo. And that's it. To the next one, guys. Stay creative. Love one another. Appreciate your loved ones. Hold them tight, because you never know when they could go, right? And that being said, above all, trust the process, y'all. That's it. I'm out. This is episode 103. Peace out.